Live. Live. Okay, I don't know if the first one showed up. I was trying to time it so that it started right when the thing started. But now I'm talking about it, which means it's just awkward. But anyway, that's okay. Welcome to Awkward Show. Just kidding. Welcome to Queer Gaming Show. My name is Sarah, and every week ish, sometimes, we play a game that I like. And this week, we're going to play Subnautica, which is one of my favorite exploration games. I put it in my category of like depression games. Not games that necessarily give me depression, although the story in this had some sad moments. Um, but games that are just uh, good to be in when I'm feeling sad. You know, just like a world that I enjoy building things in, accomplishing things in. Minecraft fits in this. But also, it's not only like survival games. It's also stuff like BattleTech or sometimes like turn-based strategy games. XCOM, the first like XCOM remake was that also. So we might play that at some point too. I really like that game a lot. Also, if my voice sounds a little different, I'm getting over a cold. It's also why we haven't done an episode of the podcast forever. We've both been sick and traveling, but we were going to record today, and instead of that, I'm going to do a stream instead because we weren't able to. So sometimes when I get up that like energy to want to like do something, create something, I have to rechannel it into something else, and so right now I'm gonna stream. So we're gonna play Subnautica. I can actually just start this game here. We're gonna just do a regular survival game, and I'm gonna start it loading. The stream may get a little choppy here for a second. It's very resource intensive, um, but it's loading the whole world at once, which is great. Oh, I should put my headphones on. That's what we should do. Let's do that really quick. Okay. There we go. Um, so it loads the whole world at once, which is great because it means you don't have any loading between different zones and everything feels really seamless. Oh, that was actually pretty fast. So I don't actually know how the sound balancing is on this, so we might have to rebalance it really quick here. No, it's all the way up. Okay. So the idea of this game is that you've crash landed on a planet, and that's all you really know at the beginning. So we're just going to start with that.
Attention. Hull failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship. Launch in 3, 2, 1.
But that's cool. You can see it through the little porthole at the top. I never noticed that before. Oh no. I think this is only like one of 2 times that you use the fire extinguisher. I want to play on a controller, but it's giving me prompts for keyboard and mouse still. Okay, well, we defeated the fire boss, so we've already gotten started on a great job. Controller. I don't see an option to tell it to display. It's just easier for my hands to play on controller. I broke my finger a while ago, and it just so happens to be like my left middle finger, which is what you use to press forward in games all the time. So it just makes it hard to play on a keyboard. But I really don't want all the button prompts. Good thing I have my cool little tablet. So
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome.
Optimal,
This
great.
PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Okay. Oh, now it has changed to the controller props. That's good. Okay. Cool. So you have this PDA, and this is it tells you like what materials exist in the world and how you can build certain things. Um, the basic point of this game is it's a survival game. So you're on an alien planet. You've crash landed here, and you have all of these different things you can build to keep yourself alive. And eventually, you'll find more things too. So um, I don't want to exactly go into like what you build later on because I think that's a cool thing to explore, but um, the game does a good job of like continuing to expand like what you can do and how you can explore the world, which I think is really cool. Um, so this game kind of bills itself as like just an adventure survival game, um, and we gotta repair this somehow. Take that medical kit to make a repair thing, but I don't quite remember how you do it. But I think what I was so excited about in this game was just like how it caught me off guard. Like I think I downloaded it expecting something that was like Minecraft, like something that was kind of survivally but procedurally generated and just like kind of an open world where the whole point was to survive. Um, and this ends up being so much more than that. And I think like that was really fascinating to me as somebody who um, I didn't really see survival games as a place where people could like explore story or a place where people could do more than just grab these resources, and the reason to collect them is to survive longer so you can get more resources. Because I always get to that point in Minecraft where it's like I've created enough of a tight loop between all my resources that I can easily get all the ore that I need, and I can easily make everything that I want, and I have a big house and I have whatever else. And um, I kind of just lose interest in it because I'm just like, well, I don't really know what to do with all this stuff. Sometimes I give myself new goals, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Nether and find a Nether portal or a fortress or something. Um, but most of the time, then I just like kind of start over and start a new world because the fun part is building up in Minecraft. But in this game, I was building it for a reason. Like the reason I was collecting resources and like finding blueprints and trying to do other stuff is like because I wanted to get deeper into what was going on and learn more about the story, which I think is really surprising. Outer Wilds also is another game that surprised me with that kind of storytelling too. But let's see. We don't need these flares. We are gonna take. It says, oh, switch container. Okay, and then LT is moving into your box. I'm gonna take this ramen. We're gonna try and figure out how to get a repair tool, but I don't really remember. Tools. Repair tool. Silicone, rubber, cave, sulfur, and titanium. Okay, well. We also don't need this fire extinguisher out. How do I put it away? Go away. Okay. I don't know how to do that with the controller. So this is the ocean.
Orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. Zero human life signs detected.
It's very ocean. And it's really terrifying that there's really no boundaries. If you eventually keep swimming, you do get to like a cliff edge in the water that just goes down forever, and there's nothing really past that. But theoretically, you could just keep swimming forever. It's very far. We're gonna stay in the shallows today. Don't worry, we're not gonna get very far into this game. Oh, I don't have a scanner or anything yet either, do I? You can also just see, like, it just looks beautiful. Like, I have a PlayStation 4 theme that's based on this, and it just like is a living background, and so like the little fish swim through and stuff all the time. I just love the way that this world looks. Pick up some mushrooms. We're gonna break some limestone here.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Unlikely but plausible. That's what I like to see. We're looking for more limestone here. Oh, we also need that cave sulfur. Ah! Okay, well, we are hurt. Oh, we need more air, actually.
Oxygen.
So early on in this game, you're really limited by how much air you can breathe. You'll see in kind of the bottom left of the screen. Oh, I'm reversed, so it's bottom right. Wow, that's really weird and hard to do on the camera. It's there. Anyway, there's an oxygen gauge, and that's how many seconds you can be underwater before you drown. One thing also that I think is really cool is that you kind of get like a little period where the screen starts to black out. I'm sure you'll see it at some point, because I'm very bad at managing my oxygen. Oh, just kind of clipping through the world on accident. That's kind of cool. You can see all the little like tubes and stuff for the underwater caves, huh? Uh-oh. Well, maybe I'm gonna get a chance to actually show you what I mean anyway. So if you get low on air, the screen starts to black out like this. I think in most games you would just be dead as soon as you ran out of air. But there's kind of this like grace period where you can just like hold it out for the last second. And it's really smart game design because it makes you feel super triumphant anytime you get to the surface. It's kind of like how gas tanks, like, say they're empty, but they actually have another, like, 50 miles left. So that for if you're like me, you can be like, it's fine for a little while, and then you feel extra triumphant when you fill it up all the way. I probably shouldn't do that, but... Creature egg. We're not going to use those until later, but you can build, like, a big cage to keep specimens in, and I like doing that because... the fish in this game are very cute. Oh, gold. And quartz. Great. We're just... Oh. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. Oh, we're kind of stuck down here. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Okay, well. So, we died. I can't remember what it does. I think it sends you back to the lifeboat. You also lose all the materials that you found. Oh, we lost some belongings, but we kept our quartz, so that's good. I don't really know if there's like a canon explanation of like what happens to you. Like maybe you're cloned or something. Or why you only lose some of your belongings. But it was okay. It didn't really bother me that there wasn't a lore reason. Oh, you can also catch fishies. This fishy will give you water. Come here, fishy. Come here. Thank you.
New creature discovered.
That animation for holding it is really great. What is that?
Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
That's very silly. I don't want this to be on my hotbar though. How do I really don't want to just pick this fish up and look at it every time. Ugh. This game is not good to use with a controller. It's very hard to do things with a controller, so we'll switch back to keyboard and mouse. Okay. Pick up some salvage so we can get some metal. Do we have can't remember if we have a flashlight that you just have all the time, or if you have to craft it. But right now we're just looking for some basic materials to keep surviving. We need water, which is why we picked up that fish. We probably also just need some stuff to eat. Come here, fish. We're gonna eat you. Thank you. Actually, you're a drink fish. But you're an eat fish.
New creature discovered.
Ugh, God, I hate that they go on your hotbar. Go away. I don't want to hold them. It looks very uncomfortable. Can we just put something on there? I also don't want to hold the fire extinguisher because it gets in the way. Okay, well, it's fine. We need to find another cave. I'm really bummed that I died in literally the first cave I went into.
Oxygen.
Oh, oxygen. Later on in this game, you can be underwater for, like, ever. And so, it looks like the Bloodborne moon. So, I'm a little rusty on remembering to come back up to the surface. Does this go anywhere? Oh, just back up to the surface. We gotta try and find another cave here. So one of the things I was talking about is I originally expected this world to be procedurally generated, and there are certainly some like random-ish elements. Like it seems like the salvage is kind of equally distributed across the world in like a randomized fashion, and some other things. But the world itself is physical and always the same. Oh, this is not good. Oof. Those explodey fish do a lot of damage. And if you get two at the same time, they can definitely mess your day up. But we're gonna grab that cave sulfur. Oop, going back. Going back, going back. Isn't there like a way to sprint, swim, or something? Ooh, okay, we're good. We're good. I'm very impressed by how high this person can get out of the water when they jump also, by the way. Okay. Let's go back to that cave, because I think there was more stuff in there still that we didn't get yet. Went there. Is there like... Wish I had like a headlamp or something. Oh, there's where the other cave explodey guy was. Okay, well maybe we did get everything in there. Okay, so what else did we need? We needed silicone, rubber. Which I think you have to use plants for. There's like the seaweed stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's be smart, because who knows what I could do to mess this up. We're just gonna put this stuff away. Boop, 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 boop. Put the fish away. Actually, we're gonna turn these into water. Turn that into food. Do we need to eat? Yeah. Don't need to drink yet, though. These are your food, your hunger down here, and then also your thirst in this other one. And this is your health. So we want to keep the first aid kit. We're going to work on those. Okay. So this is your fabricator, and you can use this to make things that will help you survive. These bladderfish that we grabbed are easy water, so you can just use the fabricator to turn them into a water bottle to bring with you. And then we're also going to cook this boomerang here so that we can eat it later. And then the other thing we're going to do is break down this salvage, although we won't need all this titanium right now, but later on we're going to use it for stuff, so. I don't think we need an ingot yet. Okay. So put this away. We're actually going to put away the fire extinguisher too. I don't think we need to use that. Okay, so let's double check what we need to make the repair tool. Tools. Silicone rubber, which is the only thing we don't have. Cave sulfur and titanium. And how do we make silicone rubber? Not in there. Here we go. Creep vine seed cluster. Okay, great. Sploosh. Okay, so we need to find... Grab that salvage. We need to find the kelp forest. Which I don't know where that is right now. These things are cool. They like stick to rocks and then like make them float. And they also just look really goofy. Yeah, just the design of this world is so beautiful. Like, I love the way that... Oh, there we go. I love the way that all the creatures look. I love the way that the ocean looks. We're not going to get to a lot of, like, different zones in the world yet, but just know that there's, like, tons of varied locations, too. I mean, they're all water-based, you know, but there's, like, tons of different ways. Oh, okay. So these things will attack us, so we gotta swim out of the way. Grab that salt. They will also pick up and throw like little pieces of salvage. The whatever those things are called, I don't remember. The big long-toothed ones. And it's really cute. And also sometimes their teeth will fall off and you can grab them.
Unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Okay, so we're gonna take some of that.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, okay, great. See if any of these guys have dropped a tooth yet. I don't see any. Okay, I know I'm in your zone. I'm sorry. They'll come after you, but they're not like super aggressive necessarily.
Oxygen.
Also, this is always a beacon back to your lifeboat, which you can create beacons later on, which you'll use to like set up different bases and stuff. But let's make that repair tool. We're gonna fix our life pod first. This is definitely a game, I feel this way about Outer Wilds also, where I knew as I was playing it that I wished I was streaming my experience with it, because the further I got into it, the more I realized it was less of a survival game and more of like a unique story experience. And by that point I had already played a lot of it, and so I was like, do I go back and do a stream where I already know the first third of this game, you know? That didn't really feel right. But then also, like, starting a stream there didn't feel right, because I would have wanted to capture all of my own sort of like discovery into the world and that kind of stuff. So I ended up not streaming it at all. Oh, we need to pick up that cave sulfur. And it was one of my favorite gaming experiences of all time. Like, I'm so glad that I played this game. I'm so glad that I kept exploring it even when it was hard. I'm really glad that I just like dove deep into the story and like really tried to find everything I could. It was one of my favorite gaming experiences of all time, but I definitely feel a little bummed out that I didn't stream it originally. So we're not going to stream this entire game because I think part of what's exciting about it is discovering it and watching me do one of two things. Either like pretend to be surprised by something, but then not actually be surprised by it isn't very fun. But then also watching me play through a game where I already know how to play it and solve the problems of it. That also doesn't that also doesn't seem true to the spirit of the game either. So I feel kind of bummed about this, that I didn't stream my entire experience with this, but I also just wanted to show it a little bit, because I just think it's really cool, and I think if people have an understanding of what this game is, they'll be a little more likely to play it. Because at first, I think I just wasn't really... I didn't see myself as into survival games necessarily. I mean, I liked Minecraft, but I didn't really think about it outside of that too much. And like I said, this game just like really changed the way that I think about like what is a survival game, and even like what experience am I looking to get out of video games. It doesn't have any weapons. You're not attacking anything. You're not building armor or units or anything. It's all about exploration and knowledge, and like your knowledge of the world is your experience points. Like the things you build to help you survive are the upgrades you get in the world to explore it better. So, oh god, it's so weird to hold that. Oh, I forgot to repair the stuff. That was funny. I don't think I noticed that animation at first. This thing will shoot its tail stuff at us if we annoy it, but we're just gonna let it go on by. There is, I said there are no weapons. There is a knife, technically. And I do think you can attack creatures. So I guess there is in that sense.
New creature discovered.
Yeah. You can destroy some of the creatures, I guess, but it's not really the point of the game to me. And the bigger creatures later on, there's no way that you can attack them with a knife. We're just grabbing some fish here, grabbing some resources. We're going to grab some of these, so we need them for stuff. Oh. And I also, one of the things I upgraded in that big round of upgrades that I just did while I was talking about this game, is I upgraded my oxygen tank so that I can stay underwater a little bit longer, which is good. Because that 35 seconds or whatever was really rough. Another thing we're going to do is grab some table coral, which we haven't grabbed yet. Okay. And then I feel like there's something else that we haven't grabbed yet. Oh, this took me forever to figure out, so I'm gonna help you all out a little bit. If you attack the side of this, it actually gives you coral tube samples, and you can use that to make a lot of water at once, which is really helpful. Pick this up, thank you. This is the repair tool, not the scanning tool. The next thing we need to do is start to scan stuff, but let's repair this. The radio I also like in this game. So another thing you can do in this game is find the emergency signals of other other life pods. Repair this. Great, no more smoke finally. Oh, I thought that 34% meant it wasn't healed, but that's how long until it's going to make another medical kit. Okay, cool. So let's also... Oh, we need bleach to do that, that's right. Okay, we're going to make some regular water here real quick. This is how water works. Don't worry about it. Science is on it. Oh, let's cure this peeper. Because if you don't, see how that said old on it? You get less HP back when you eat it if it's old food. But if you cure it with salt, then it'll be fine. So we're going to do that. Because then you can keep it with you longer. Which the last thing you want to do is be out exploring and realize that you're low on food and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, we're just going to cook this normal one.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
That's very nice of the fabricator. I think we can actually make this. I feel like we found silver, didn't we? Yeah, silver, titanium. What else was it? Glass, right? Oh, you have to take the tank off first. How do I do that? There we go. I keep pressing escape because I think that it's what exits the menu, but it's just tab twice. So sorry if that's annoying that keeps popping up. Okay. It took me forever to realize that in order to upgrade that, you had to unequip the first oxygen tank that you had. Okay. So now it's equipped. We have 135 seconds of oxygen, which is great. Eat this peeper. Drink this water. Oh, let's do the bleach water. How do you... Oh, we need salt. Okay, well, I forgot about that. I thought you just used the stuff, but that's okay. We'll put this away, and we'll do it later. And then I also don't think we need these right now. This thing is very small. We have too much stuff. Let's just get rid of these because we can pick them up later. Okay. I'm just going to drop these out. And they'll actually just rest right on the floor below the thing, so we'll be fine. Okay. What do we want to try and do next? Let's try to build something. Let's build a sea glide. Those are fun. So to do that, we have to have a scanner, which takes battery and titanium, so let's need a battery. Oh. Well, let's go pick up those 2 mushrooms we dropped. And I think we already have copper in here. Did we find copper? Yes, we did. Battery.
New blueprint acquired.
What else did we need? Oh, just a titanium. Okay, great. 1 titanium. Scanner.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
This is not... These tools are not working correctly. Okay, scanner. No. Oh, you can just bind it from here. Let's just do that. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. So the scanner is cool because it'll let you scan parts of salvage. So, but you can also just scan, stuff in the world too to learn more about it, which is cool. feel like there's like some sort of 100% version of this game you could do where your goal is to scan everything. I wonder if that's like a speedrun category or something. But anyway, we're looking for little boxes so that we can build a sea glide. It's like little metal boxes. We probably should have waited until the day to do this. That would have been the smarter thing to do. But you can scan the salvage. But I've never been one for planning anyway, so we'll be just fine. I think another thing that I was surprised about in this game is how interconnected everything is. Like, it feels like everything you learn helps you learn more about other things in the world too. So, like, you learn about the interconnectedness of how you create things, how you find different things. Later on in the game, you end up navigating certain biomes in like really different ways, which I thought was really cool. And I feel like just the knowledge of this game builds on itself in a really cool way.
30 seconds.
Oh. Wow, see how much longer that was? We were underwater that entire time. So much better. We gotta get up there, though. But yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by how much deeper this game is than just being just a normal survival game. I like survival games, I guess. I'm not like down on them or anything, but I've always liked environmental storytelling, like Bioshock series. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, okay, okay. We're fine. We're cool. We're cool. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. Just don't mind me looking for boxes. I've always enjoyed environmental storytelling. I think Bioshock is the classic example of that. Like the Fallout games and stuff. But even just like background universe stuff I've always been interested in. Even in things that aren't very good. I always find myself like more interested in like the universe of something than I am in the actual thing itself most of the time. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of a movie called Cube, but it's like a pretty shitty horror movie from the early 90s. And there's 3 of them, and they're not good. They're all like very bad movies. But I found myself just like fascinated with the implications of the universe and why somebody would build those things and what the justifications were and how they kept just like creating more and more bizarre reasons to stick people in these giant cubes. And it's bad, but it's fascinating. And I like find a lot of bad stuff sometimes has the most fascinating implications. Not that this is bad. This is actually a great game, but I think that means we have a new message at our radio. But it's so subtle the way that this game tells a story, and it doesn't require you to be like a gun-wielding badass going in and, you know, shooting all the bad guys or something. Oh, I don't want a mobile vehicle day. I want... Oh, no! Oh, shit! Oh, God. Okay, okay, alright. Oh, I'm gonna grab that, too. Ah!
New blueprint acquired.
This is not good. This is not good. We're getting eaten alive out here. Got that gold, though. But we did get 2 teeth. That was cool. We're still looking for sea glide stuff, though. Ugh. I want a mobile vehicle bay, though. I want a sea glide. Hi, hoverfish. Oh, did it just say inventory full? I think it did. Oh, these are all very big. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of these. You only need like one of them. Let's also drink some water. Oh no! Wait, come back. Okay.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. 30 seconds. Be advised, a common complication for cave divers is loss of orientation, followed by eventual asphyxiation.
I can't remember if there's a way to sprint. I feel like there is. But I don't quite remember. It's control or shift. That's usually what it is. Oh, we're getting close. Not good. Not good. I think we got it. We're good. Okay. This big ship over here, you can totally go to it, by the way. We won't be going there because story stuff. I want people to explore that on their own, but it's cool. I recommend going there for sure. I really want to show you the Sea Glide because it's so cool. Such a cool like design idea. Okay, well. Found all the mobile vehicle bay pieces. So.
New blueprint acquired.
Did you all lose any teeth over here that I can grab? Or... Alright, okay. Going. Ooh, salt.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Any teeth over here? This thing will give you air back if you stand in the bubbles, because it's a video game. I love how video gamey it is, though. I think that's great. Ooh, a tooth. Wonderful. Oh, this is very dark. Creepy dark cave. Oh, we're full. Just kidding. Okay, I'm creeping myself out in this dark cave. We're gonna get the heck out of here. I can't believe I didn't find any Sea Glide stuff that entire time.
30 seconds.
Just looking for Sea Glide boxes. Okay, I know. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I should scan one of you a bit later. Oop, I forgot about that. Sara. Okay. Sometimes it gets a little glitchy when you break the surface like that. Look for more boxes. Oh, crap! Okay. Here, wait. Let me scan you really quick, though. Can I scan you, please? It's like a boss battle. Got it. Oh, and a tooth. Thank you. Oh, we're full. I can always get that later. See any boxes over here? Maybe I should go to the like shallows area and explore over there some more. So far we've seen 2 areas, well kind of 3, I guess. There's like this kind of shallows area that you start in, which is all this kind of stuff. And then there's this kelp forest, which is kind of like around this area. But there's lots of more biomes in this game too, which all manage to be like very visually distinct from each other. Really like challenge you to problem solve in different ways and to like bring different tools to them. And all have like different creatures that inhabit them that like feel like they fit that type of that part of the world. So I just continue to be surprised by the design of this game, by the creativity of this game. I watched a GDC talk by one of the designers about like some of their choices, like not having weapons and just some of their like design choices and testing that they did. I'll put that in the description if you want to watch it. But it was really fascinating. And gave me even more of an appreciation after of this game as well. I would not recommend watching it if you haven't played the game because it's going to spoil like major mechanics about the game. So first, let's just break down this titanium stuff. Break this down. Break this down. What are we trying to do right now? I don't really know. I don't think we have an... Oh, we're trying to sea glide. We don't know the ingredients yet. We can't really put this stuff away, huh? Crap. Kind of a full house here. Let's create a tool to build stuff. How do we do that? Computer chip, wiring kit, and a battery. Computer chip, wiring kit. We can do the wiring kit right now. Computer chip, table coral, and copper wire, which I also think we have. 2 of those. Copper wire. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
We don't want that yet. And a battery. I think we need... Oh, we already have the mushrooms. I grabbed them before. Cool. So now we're going to be able to build ourselves a habitat where we can store more stuff. So let's do that.
Capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Okay, we have a lot of titanium already. Let's grab some quartz. We can turn it into glass. Okay. Let's turn 2 of the quartz into glass. We'll keep 2 of them. Where should we build our base? I always want to build it somewhere where I have a view. Let's see. Oh, we need 2 glass for that. Let's actually go. Wouldn't it be funny if this one, like, literally right below my base was a sea glide? Alright, game, alright, you got me. Just need 1 more. And we gotta figure out where to build our base. Let's go out this way. Let's see what's out this way. Oops. Just trying to press all the buttons to see which one was sprint, and that one was the be an amateur streamer button instead. I feel like we should put it somewhere closer to our base than this. we got like kelp forest over here. You know what we should do is we should put it near a cave where we can go explore stuff. But I don't know where the best place for that would be. How far away is that? 160. We should probably build it closer, just because we have a lot of materials at the base, but... I guess we could just kind of like shepherd them over in like 2 or 3 rounds. We still haven't found the other biome that's early on, which is the plains. It's just all kelp forest. Huh, I don't think I've ever spawned at this place before. Maybe it's this way. Let's get some air. Please excuse me, gas guy. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you like that. Oh, maybe we'll find our sea glide over here. This is the other thing you find a lot of in this game is like wreckage from your ship. Yeah! Got it.
New blueprint acquired.
Is there anything else we can scan? If you already have something, you just get titanium for it. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay, well. That's unfortunate. But we might have to go deeper if we want to find... Oh, beacon. I need that. If we want to find other tools. How far away? 320. Ooh, we should go back. I gotta find somewhere closer than this to have my base at. Wow, there's a loud splash. What was that? This game does a good job, too, of, like, it doesn't seem very eerie right now, because it's just, like, a big open ocean. Although, certainly that cave freaked me out earlier on. But it also, like, is more of a horror game than you think it is. Like, when you're really deep in the water, and you see some of the things that are down there, or you're just in some of the caves, or you just feel, like, really cut off from your base, like, there's just a lot of ways that this game can be really scary. I haven't played it in VR. I've heard that unfortunately it doesn't run very well in VR, but I imagine it would be even scarier because that feeling of claustrophobia and just kind of being like trapped would probably be even worse, I'm sure. They're creating a sequel to this game. It's in open access right now, or whatever, early access, but I haven't played it yet, because I think I want to just wait until they say it's done and they're ready to put it out. I know for a game like this, it's not the type of game where I'm going to want to like go back and see incremental updates necessarily. So I think, unfortunately, let's just build our base right here, because it's not really a pretty place for us to go put it. We'll put it on this little balcony over here. We can overlook this beautiful ocean. Right there. Oh, I think we need like a porthole or something. Oh, we need a quartz for that. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm gonna run out. Thank you for reminding me. We gotta go find one quartz, unfortunately. Damn. I feel like we've gone into all the little caves around the base here. There's somewhere deeper we can go. I know there's a cave somewhere around here that has a lot of quartz in it, but your starting position is random each game. I love those things. They're like these big whales out there, basically, called reefbacks. And they have a whole reef on their back. That's how big they are. Crap. Just need 1 quartz. Where's the plains I was talking about? Very pretty. Sorry, scared guy. I know, you're so scared. Oh, let's grab
Congratulations, survivor.
some
You have
air
exceeded
here.
your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
There isn't like a ton of writing in this game, but the little bit that is there makes me laugh. Okay, that should be enough air. We're just trying to find literally 1 quartz. That's all we need. May as well get some other stuff while we're here. There we go. Great. Pick up some extras just in case. Oh, there's a lot in here. Great. What are we full on? Oh, we just have a ton of titanium, I guess. Okay. Oh. That's fine. That's all we need right now. We should remember where the entrance to this cave is. This is a good cave. There's lots of stuff in that cave we haven't done yet. It's very innocuous. We're just gonna have to remember it's like to the right of our base. Let's see. We're gonna need to build some solar panels also. Lockers for storage. First, let's build this though.
Oxygen.
So one of the cool things about this game too is that later on, you end up sort of creating multiple bases.
Power only. Oxygen production offline.
We gotta build a solar panel first. You don't have oxygen unless you have power. I don't want this to, like, get rid of my nice view. Okay. Now we should have power. That's how power works. And we don't have enough quartz to build storage.
All primary systems online.
Well, bummer. Okay, let's try to get back to that cave. I think it was this general way. Right? Yeah. There's like a lot of mushrooms around the top of it. I think it's here. Hopefully, eventually, later on, you would have a beacon, and you could use that to mark these places that you want to come back to and explore later. But right now we don't have that. There we go. Okay. Back to the cave. Grab some quartz. Just gonna grab the quartz. I have enough of everything else. Grab some air. This is a big cave. Oh, copper ore. Must have broken that earlier when I didn't realize I was full on stuff yet. Quartz. Titanium. How many? Oh, we're full. Never mind. Okay. Let's go back. Getting those, like, early capacity tanks is so critical. The first time I played this game, I think I spent, like, a good 3 hours at the beginning just with, like, the regular tank. Because I didn't really know how to prioritize what to upgrade. And that 35 seconds is rough. It's really rough. I ended up killing myself a lot of times on accident by not realizing how little air I had left. Okay. The goal is we're going to make a sea glide. That's what we're going to try and do. I'm going to do a little bit of a short stream, so I'm going to pick Nikki up from work in a little bit. But should have enough time to build that sea glide still. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's build some storage so we can throw all our crap in there first. Okay. Come on, come on. Okay, fine. We'll just put one in the middle here. I was going to try and put two, but it seems to be kind of testy about that. Unfortunately, unlike Minecraft, things don't really, like, snap into a grid, and you also can't really move things once they're placed. You can, like, destroy them and bring them back, but you can't really move them necessarily. Okay. We want... What do we want next? Sea glide. How do we build a sea glide? Battery, lubricant, copper wire, and titanium. So battery, we just need 2 of these. We're going to have copper. Lubricant, what else was it? Copper wire and titanium. Okay. We have enough copper for the copper wire also. Let's see. Oh, we have 2. I don't know if you need 2 or 3. Hopefully just 2. Lubricant. Do not use this kind of lubricant for sex. It's oil-based, see? Okay. Get that free medical kit. Battery, copper wire. We do need 2. Crap. Okay, we need 1 more copper. So I have to find that.
Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached a critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Let's just go back to that cave. It's just the easiest place that I know. Copper, copper, copper! Yes! Okay, well, that's all we needed, but may as well grab some more resources while we're here. please. Thank you. Don't need any lead, unfortunately. Gold would be much better, but it's okay. Some quartz. We already grabbed the mushrooms, right? Yes, we did. Okay, I think we finally exhausted this cave. Oh, there's one up there? Yeah. Oh, there's a lot up here, actually. Okay, we get it. You're scared. It's okay. It's okay to be scared.
30 seconds.
Okay, well, we'll be okay, I hope, I think. I think we'll be okay. Okay, great. I don't know how I'm swimming above the water like this. It looks really silly, though. It looks kind of like I'm, like, running on it a little bit, but, like, forward. Let's make a battery. Let's make a sea glide. Yeah.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Okay. So this is the sea glide. It is very cool. I don't want this little map on. Okay, and it lets you explore much further, as she said. It also lets you jump really high into the water. You can go to those plains now. Look at how plainy it is. Wow. Let's grab some salt. That's what the plains are good for. Salt. Maybe we'll find those other pieces of the beacon too. Some sparse wreckage.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. Salt.
Short-range scans suggest.
Oh, let's go look at one of those
Spire
reef backs.
supports
They're very
extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks. Passing 100 meters, oxygen efficiency decreased. Seek fluid intake.
Oh, get away, little fish. Screw you. Oop,
Vital signs stabilizing. 30 seconds.
did the same thing again. I don't think we're gonna build a scanner room, but I feel compelled to collect things in this game.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, oh, we're gonna die. Oh, we're very gonna die. Oh, Sarah. Sarah, you silly doofus. Oh my god. I didn't even have a chance there. Let this be a lesson to you, kids. To always pay attention to your oxygen meter. What did we lose? Oh, we didn't lose very much. Okay, well, that's good at least. The game is being forgiving. I wish it was like Minecraft, where you could go like back to your body and grab your stuff, but unfortunately it's just gone. Which sometimes sucks because there's like a finite number of resources. Like those rocks that we mined or whatever, those don't respawn. Like they don't come back. So it definitely sucks that you can permanently miss out on stuff. There's always more that you can go get in the world. You know, I can't imagine you could ever like mine out the entire world. But it definitely sucks if you've like mined out an entire area and then you die right at the end and you have to go find those rare resources again. Okay, so just wanted to show you the water that you can make with the bleach also. So make the bleach.
Is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds and purifying water.
And then it just turns straight up into water by itself, which is cool. That's how bleach works, right?
Prepare the day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration and eventual death.
Great. So, let's go up here. So that's Subnautica. I don't want to play too much more of it because we can't really get much further than that without spoiling deeper parts of the game and like where the story picks up and stuff. So we just did some really superficial stuff at the beginning. I think anyone who wants to play this game, obviously the story hasn't really been spoiled for you by this. But I really, really hope people will check this game out. I think it got overlooked a little bit when it came out. It's had a little bit of an indie following since then, but it's on Xbox Game Pass. You can get it on PS4. I'm playing it on PC, obviously. But it was like $10 or something when I got it, and God, I cannot recommend this game enough. I would say stick with it for a little while because the story doesn't seem really obvious at first. You kind of have to just explore and figure out what the game is trying to tell you. But it ended up being a really emotional experience for me and something that I really enjoyed. So, I bought it just thinking it was going to be like a fun survival simulator in a pretty world, and it definitely continued to challenge me with that kind of stuff. But I was not expecting a story in this game at all, and it was really cool. So I would highly recommend it. Check it out, Subnautica. If you're the kind of person who doesn't care about seeing stuff before it's finished, you can also check out the Subnautica Below Zero, which is the sequel to this game. It's like the same alien world, but you're in an Arctic area, I think, something like that. This has been Sarah, a little bit sick, bringing you an episode of the Queer Gaming Show. And I hope you enjoyed this. I would love you to subscribe and check our Facebook page for when we're going live in the future. So thank you all so much and have a good rest of your day.